Recently, a few women stepped forward to challenge the word bossy, but there's another 5-letter word that also remains in question. And let's just say it rhymes with the word witch. From hip-hop lyrics to the office place, this word has become commonplace. Is it degrading, or is it just another 5-letter word? To get a fuller perspective of how women are communicating with each other, I sat down with life coach, speaker, and author Dee Marshall. Come join our conversation. I want to know about your journey to becoming a life coach. You hear that term a bit more, you hear relationship coach, but life coach, tell me about your journey to becoming a life coach.
My journey to the space that I will call, it's human development. That's really the space.
Okay.
In terms of what it is that I do, it's learning and development, growth and development, human development. That is what happens through the process of coaching. Human development is about developing people, helping people become who they were created to be. Now, if we use the world's language, coaching is about taking people from point A to point B. It's about getting them from where they are to where they want to be.
Dee, tell me about Girlfriends Pray and how that got started.
Oh my God nudged me to pray. I gathered women on December 19th a few years ago. There was 33 women on a call, and it was only to go 2.5 weeks. And basically by December 31st, the call lines had maxed. Daughters had told mothers, had told aunties, had told college roommates, and the North called the West, called the South.
In 2 weeks?
In 2 weeks, the call lines were maxed, and it was over. That was it. So the mission is to get more women closer to God through prayer. This is just about discipline. That's what it is. So Girlfriends Pray, we are a prayer ministry of over 100,000 women around the world. And it's just simple.
How important are words?
Everything begins with and revolves around thoughts and words. If you're trying to figure out life, if you're trying to figure out how to get on, if you're trying to figure out how to pursue your goal, if you're trying to figure out how to step into your abundance, if you're trying to figure out how to get your hands on what you see in your dreams, the best thing that you could do is to employ your thoughts and your words. Put those jokers, yes, I said it, put those babies to work for you like they are on the payroll. In other words, make your thoughts and your words work for you.
So when you hear a woman use words that degrade, that debase, that speak ill of herself and another woman, what do you think? What do you do?
I see one thing, and this is, I think, part of me being who I am. I'm a student and I'm also a teacher. When we use words that don't lift us up, it tells me basically that you are uneducated about the word or the words that you use, your word choices, and you're uneducated about the power of words.
We're here with our Positive Controversy panel today. I have on-air personality Lindsay Christian, life coach, author, and speaker Dee Marshall. Ladies, Sheryl Sandberg and Beyonce, they're trying to get rid of the bossy word. But there's another B word that equally degrades, debases. It rhymes with witch. What do you guys think about that word and its place in society?
When you first told me about this episode, I said, child, the only B word I know is Beyonce.
Straight up Houston.
Because I immediately have omitted that word from my mental vocabulary. Because it is degrading in our society. Women refer to each other as the B word. It degrades, it tears us down, woman to woman. And I'm sure you agree.
I agree. And so much so, I had to think about, can I even talk to the topic, because it's not a word in my vocabulary. I mentioned this, didn't I say, when you invited me to the show?
Yeah. My thinking about bossy is that it doesn't really hit the nail on the head. My thinking about bossy is that when you hear a woman being called bossy, what you really want to say is the other B word.
Right, she's a B.
Right.
She's a
Yes.
B.
Yeah.
I don't hear that many women say, or that many men say, oh, she's bossy. I hear them say, she's a B.
And when you think about bossy and the other B word, which one really means power? Because to me, bossy in the courtroom or bossy in a classroom or bossy in the newsroom can mean she's powerful. She doesn't have to be the itch. It's really, to me, it just symbolizes power. And it's how we use it in our day-to-day vocabulary.
And that's a good point, because the more we use it, the more we give it power.
Yes.
So what do you think about women using it as a term of endearment?
Unacceptable. It's like, hey, itch, no.
No.
Yeah.
Yep.
Please refer to me by my name. It's Lindsay, it's Dee, it's Kristen. It's to show a sign of respect.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. I agree. And you know what? You teach people how to treat you. And so as soon as somebody calls you out of your name, whatever label it would be, you have a responsibility to teach someone, no, that's not acceptable. And so it's just not acceptable. We have to take responsibility for ourselves and what we allow other people to place on us, what we allow other people to speak into our lives.
You know, reality television. I can turn on almost any reality television, and I'm going to hear that word tossed around amidst women very casually. My friend, whomever, that's what you hear tossed around. Do you think that is having an equally huge influence on the way it's used in everyday vernacular?
Absolutely. I feel like it's a standard to hear bleep, bleep, bleep when you are watching Housewives and Love and Hip Hop and all of these reality shows. It's like the standard now. And our young generation is looking to that as acceptable and using the words as its common language, because it is common. Every other word is the B word.
Listen, people get upset. You get mad, you say certain things, it comes out. But it has to be inside before it can come out. So what do you think about that, Dee, about, the fact that it's not just coming from nowhere. If you can say it to someone else, it was there all along.
Right. It comes from a place of hurt. It comes from a place of fear, of anger. It is an indication of the individual. In fact, there's a saying that goes, what I say about you says more about me than it does of you. So sometimes we throw out words about, talking about or talking to someone else, but it really says more about the individual. It says fear, insecurity, jealousy, envy. All of those things come up. So you're absolutely right. It comes from an internal place.
Okay, ladies, this is a speed round. What are some B words that we could throw out to replace the other B word?
Brilliant.
Beautiful.
Blessing.
Bountiful.
Let's see.
What's your favorite one, Lindsay?
I would have to say beautiful.
Okay.
We're all beautiful. We're all
And that
beautiful
other one,
women.
that other favorite B word you got?
It was bountiful.
I love that.
Beyonce?
Oh, how did I forget that? That should have been the first one.
Yeah, I love it.
No, but those are great. And I think, that puts what we put into the atmosphere, those words we put into the atmosphere. I mean, how good do we feel even just saying those words?
Yes.
I feel good just getting those words out. Beautiful, bountiful. So, ladies, how do we encourage other women to speak life and to not degrade and to not debase?
Well, we have to set the tone, and as leaders, use the appropriate language and verbiage, the beautifuls, the brilliance, the you're blessed. But we have to set the tone as leaders.
I think you just put it out there. Lindsay said it, you model it. So we as leaders, but just model it. Just show up unexpectedly, just put it out in the universe. When you are going through the toll booth, if you don't have the easy pass, today I had to pay. Right. Hello, beautiful. Hello, brilliant. Hello, little brown girl, beautiful brown girl. Just put it out there. I think that's how you do it.
And what a difference it makes when you acknowledge, when you're in the grocery store and you acknowledge the cashier.
Yeah.
And now they're looking down and immediately and just smile.
That's right. You light up their whole world.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
An amazing conversation, absolutely awesome conversation. And I feel like we have taken steps to kind of tossing that word to the side.
I reminisce on the times of yesterday, thinking on all of the many mistakes I made, how I let myself be defined by someone else. But I know better now. I realize I was trying to fill a void in my life when what I needed was inside me all of the time. Now I can't imagine what my life would be if I never faced this reality. I'm grateful, I'm grateful, I'm grateful, I'm grateful, I'm grateful, I'm grateful, I'm grateful.